Right, before I even begin, I need to clear some things up. A lot, and I mean a lot of you guys had questions about my number 3 point in part 2 of this list. Personally, I and most people in this office saw the creature from the basement that attacked Luke crawling behind Theo on the bed. But after reading your comments and rewatching the video a dozen times, I think we can safely say it was just Luke's foot. Hey guys, I'm Lucy McPhee and we're back with another installment of the top 5 Easter eggs you missed in The Haunting of Hill House. This time with a part 3. The show is a gift that just keeps on giving, seriously. I changed this list around so much because new Easter eggs just keep emerging, and even better, a lot of the ones on our list have been confirmed by Mike Flanagan himself. Now I've steered clear of ghosts and ghouls and just included small moments and lines from the show that if you blink you might miss. And thank you as always for the comments on the previous videos. Some of these numbers were made known to me because of you guys. Before we jump in, let me know down below what you thought of the ending. I was personally a fan, and after reading up on the alternate ending that almost went down, I am so pleased there was a little light at the end of the tunnel. While you're down there, give this video a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so you can never miss another scary vid. In at 5, stories. This Easter egg pops up in episode 2 of the series, and it focuses on a particular line Olivia says to Shirley during the death of the box of kittens. I'm still torn up and emotionally scarred because of that. So what is the line? Olivia states, "When we die we turn into stories, and every time someone tells one of those stories, it's like we're still here for them. We're all stories in the end." It's a very touching moment considering we know at this point that the mother is dead, but we're unsure how, and more heartbreaking, we know the family steer clear of her stories. I love Olivia, I love her so much. I don't know if I've made that clear enough yet. Anyway, as touching as the moment was, some fans were very quick to draw comparisons to a certain Doctor Who episode. Back in 2010, Matt Smith's version of The Time Traveller states, "I'll be a story in your head, but that's okay. We're all stories in the end. Just make it a good one, yeah?"
I'll be a story in your head. That's okay. We're all stories in the end.
Folks were unsure whether this was deliberate, but on October 12th, Mike Flanagan took to Twitter to confirm the theories. He attached an article discussing the theory and wrote, "This is my favourite article so far, and yes, Mr. Moffat, it's absolutely a deliberate tribute." Now Mr. Moffat was the showrunner of Doctor Who at the time, so this is a very sweet nod to the show. In at 4, Theo. This is short but very sweet, and a cute nod to the original novel. In episode 2, a young Theo can be seen reading The Lottery by Shirley Jackson, aka the author of The Haunting of Hill House. In at 3, 7. This is a very sweet nod to the relationship Nell and Luke shared. Though short, it has a lasting effect. In the show there are numerous occasions where Luke counts to 7, usually when he's scared. He also tells Nell to do the same when she is haunted by the bent-neck lady in her younger years. He says, "It has to be 7. That keeps you safe. Sometimes you have to do it a lot."
6, 7.
First of all, the 7 is the number of cranes in the family, but it is also the amount of steps it takes to get from Luke's bed to Nell's. As well, the twins share a very special bond, and when Nell dies, Luke struggles to cope without her, almost killing himself in the progress of dealing with his grief. Another little Easter egg is during the final episode, when the gang are celebrating Luke's 2-year sobriety, there are 7 of them, the number that makes him feel safe. So sweet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
In at 2, the 5 stages of grief. Now this popular theory poses the question, do all the Crane children represent the 5 stages of grief? If so, it is a very smart Easter egg planted in there by Mike Flanagan. To begin, Steve is denial. As we know through the show, Steve refuses to believe that the events from their childhood at Hill House were real, as well as the fact that the death of Nell could in any way have paranormal ties to the house. Shirley is anger. Throughout the show, Shirley is angry. She's pretty much always angry. Her anger, however, particularly revolves around Steve's book and the money he wants to share with the family. Not only that, but she's also very angry about Nell's death and that she would even consider doing what her mum did. Theo is bargaining. To quote BuzzFeed, Theo is constantly bargaining for a better outcome. As we know, her power is touch, allowing her to feel what people have gone through, no matter how tragic. However, when she touches Nell's corpse, she feels nothing and ultimately can no longer feel, even begging with Shirley for the the universe to let her feel again. Luke is depression, which of course explains his drug addiction, but not just that, also his desire to destroy himself after the death of his twin, feeling as though he can no longer go on without her. He suffers the hardest after Nell's death, sinking into a black hole of pain and despair. Lastly, Nell is acceptance. During the final episode of the show, when the family is all gathered together in the Red Room, Nell says, I quote, "I loved you completely, and you loved me the same. That's all. The rest is confetti." This destroyed me, but it also shows that she has no resentment about her demise and her family's abandonment of her. She's accepted her fate, and she wants her family to accept it too. Now, this theory just began as a rumor, but on October 23rd, Mike Flanagan confirmed this little Easter egg, attaching a BuzzFeed article and writing, "Good catch." And finally, in at number 1, the mirror from Oculus. In the very first episode of The Haunting of Hill House, Nell returns, slipping completely into the madness of the house and dancing around in an almost possessed way. During this scene, we catch a glimpse of Nell in a mirror, but not just any mirror, the laser glass, aka the mirror from Mike Flanagan's film Oculus. It's a nice little detail thrown in there by Flanagan, and fans of his work were very quick to point it out. More interestingly though, Oculus is a film about a girl that believes an old antique mirror is bringing misfortune and death to her family. So the fact Flanagan included this in Hill House, a menacing place that twists the mind and sucks those into their own dark imaginations, is very fitting. Well, there we have it. Did you catch any of these Easter eggs? Were there any we missed? Leave us a comment down below and perhaps we can do a part 4. Honestly, I feel like we can do a dozen parts with the amount of Easter eggs and theories surrounding this show. If you enjoyed this vid, feel free to give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe so you never miss another scary vid. And until next time, see you later.